Good Tuesday evening, everybody. Welcome to the Digital Sim Sports Network and the Dirt Racing Network as we present our live coverage of the Short Track Showdown Series, CW Transport 125. Another jewel in the Carolina Triple Crown, this time the most famous short track in America, Hickory Motor Speedway. 125 laps for our event tonight. We've got about 11 cars checked in, which is a little smaller field than we are used to with this group, but I think a lot of weather is preventing some people from having either power or internet or a combination thereof. And I think we're going to be missing a few drivers for tonight's event, but we're going to put it on nonetheless. Guys are out here making some practice laps. We're going to have a blast. I see Bill already chatting it up over on YouTube. Guys, make sure you say hi in the chat. Don't care if you're on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Trovo. Give us a shout. Let us know you're watching. Got a favorite driver, make sure you shout them out as well. It's cold, cold, cold out there, so I expect everybody to be inside sitting down watching racing tonight. Right now, Marvin Turnmeyer, fifth quick on the speed chart. This guy right here, Matt Eddy, showing the way, 15.13 seconds. He is a tick quicker than Adam Vinny, Reed Rundle, and Dylan Delaney. That's the other four in our top five. Pete Dillon just made his way into the server, I mean like 90 seconds ago. So some of his first laps, and we'll see if he can find some speed in the 7 machine. No keyboard. Oh no. Well, that's terrible, man. But I'm glad you guys made it home. I was glad to see that posted today, and I am glad you guys are around hanging out with us. You missed last night's fun. We had a couple of races last night, Tim, and it was a pretty good time. All right, looking like our practice session has come to an end. We are ready for qualifying. Get down here and watch some of our drivers. We'll watch as many as we can. Adam Vinny's just rolling out right now. I bet it was a hell of a ride home with all the weather and all the crazy out there. How many closed roadways did you run into on the way? That's a good question. Solid question. Adam Vinny didn't like whatever that was when the car backfired getting down into 1 and 2. This John Brunner. John Brunner was quick on top of the speed chart for a little while, and then some of the other guys figured a couple of things out and moved him down. He was about 7th quick in the practice session. 15.21 for Turnmeyer, 15.45 for Brunner. On lap 1, here's Turnmeyer second. And he slows down considerably. Adam Vinny back on track again. I'm honestly not surprised by that. I think it was way worse east because we got like an inch here. And it was just dry, powdery, stupid snow. It wasn't even good snow. Adam Vinny 15.22 for his second. Matt Eddy. Eddy taking over the top spot, 15.20. As we will go, Reed Rundle's on track, so is Dylan Delaney. We will go jump on and watch both of those two. Delaney just now through 3 and 4. So a little ways behind Rundle. We'll get a chance to watch. Here, Rundle on the clock for the first timed lap. This usually the lap that's the best for these guys. Good fresh tires. They haven't warmed up yet. They've got the maximum grip. That time it looked like the car slid just a little through the center of the corner, and Reed Rundle puts up a 15.18. And he will move to number 1 on the speed chart. Delaney, 5th quick at 15.2, at a full 10th off. 4:30 in the morning. I don't know. That's maybe a little much. Pete Dillon now on track, and he'll be the last of the drivers that I see rolling out. I do not see Jason or Dale Garrett on track at the moment. There's Jason Garrett popping onto pit road. It looks like Dale Garrett is going to do the same. So possibly going to see these guys out. Pete Dillon, 6th quick at a 15.37. See if he can improve right here. He's a little too far up the track for that to be a good lap. And he will 15.46. So both Jason Garrett and Dale Garrett are out. Dale Garrett out here in the front. Dale Garrett, season opener. He picked up the win. Has been spotty on attendance. I think work schedule makes him spotty on attendance. 71 of Jason Garrett. 15.26. That's good enough for fifth quick. And Dale Garrett out of 4:15.39. Eighth quick right now. Jason Garrett did not improve. In fact, slowed down to 15.34 on his second lap. And this time, I do not think we're going to see a quicker lap out of that 72 car. That's a 36, so 3/100ths. But right now, your quick qualifier for the event is going to be the 43 machine. That is also your defending series champion, Reed Rundle. Oh, man, I didn't realize I didn't turn that off. Guys, you had to watch that stupid logo the whole time. That's funny. And sad, all at the same time. All right, let's get the logo out of the way. Just waiting for the drivers to come out, line up. Last minute instructions being given right now, I'm sure. So we have a handful of these, about half of them actually in the chat. So we'll see what our top three looks like at the end of it. Only a couple of more races left in this series. For this season. We'll see what brings next season. Hello, Bill. Oh. All right, looks like the session's coming to a close, and we're going to get the drivers lined up for our big feature race. They're going to have a little time to win. I don't know if they're going to do much or not. It looks like they're going to advance right on through this. We're not going to have a warm-up session. The guys have had enough. There's 11 of them. I expect this to go pretty quick, even though it's 125 laps. I think you're going to see a very clean, a very quick race. But we, nonetheless, are going to show you our starting lineup. It is Reed Rundle and Matt Eddy on the front row. That's the 43 on the inside, the 88 on the out. And then the 16 of Marvin Turnmeyer, row 2 to the inside. He'll have Adam Vinny in that number 11 car on the outside of that row. Jason Garrett, the 71 machine, row 3 on the left. And on his right, Dylan Delaney will be in the other 88 car. This is the black and white 88 car, not the black and gold 88 car. 72 of Dale Garrett, a row 4 on the inside. And Pete Dillon in the 07 will be his partner in that row. Then the final full row, the 92 Josh Westendorf inside, John Brunner, the 46 on the outside, and your final starter in the 125 lap feature this evening. It's going to be the 81 of Jeff Werdeman. Drivers shuffling around. We're going to get a new front row out of this. We're going to get, I think it's a 5-car invert. I'm waiting to see. But what it's going to look like is the 71 of Jason Garrett will go to the pole with Adam Vinny on the outside. Then Marvin Turnmeyer, row 2 inside with Eddie on the outside. And then your third row, that's where you'll find your quick qualifier, Reed Rundle. He'll pull all the way back next to the 88 of Dylan Delaney. So pace truck out of the way, green flag in the air, 125 laps on the 3/8 of a mile. Hickory Motor Speedway, the CW Transport 125. And Jason Garrett grabbing the lead pretty quick off the bottom. Just trying to make a slight adjustment here. There goes the 71. Trailed closely by that 11 car of Adam Vinny. We watched Adam on Sunday night, Dirt Lake model. He held that field at bay and picked up the win over there at the Mars Series. Oh, big slide for the 16. Pucker moment for Marvin Turnmeyer. It looks like Reed Rundle's going to try to use the high side early, use some momentum, and try to take third away. And yeah, he had it for a second. But I don't know if he's going to be able to hang on to it for very long. Turnmeyer now with another wiggle gives up the spot. So move Rundle up. Turnmeyer back to fourth, right in front of Matt Eddy, who's right in front of Dale Garrett, Dylan Delaney, Dylan Westendorf, Werdeman, and then Brunner rounding things out at the back. Looks like a traffic jam. Kind of back here towards the back of these three cars. Kind of losing touch with the guys in front of them as Pete Dillon starts to get away. Now Werdeman working inside. He's going to try to take ninth place away from Westendorf. And Josh Westendorf learning how to race with these guys. We had a pretty good talk last Sunday night, this past Sunday. Or maybe it was last Tuesday. It might have been last Tuesday. I don't know. All the days run together for me. I'm getting old, guys. And he was telling me he's only been on the service for a very short time. He was a console racer before he came here, and he's just learning how to do all this. So good for him. It is still Jason Garrett out front. And he is starting to open a little bit of a gap on Adam Vinny. Reed Rundle starting to close in. I don't know if we're going to see an early battle here. Rundle likes to save his stuff. Likes to stalk them, make them nervous. Force that mistake, capitalize so he don't have to use his stuff up too early getting by guys. And then at the end, he's able to kind of do what he likes most of the time. We'll see how that goes here. These two a little bit behind Garrett, and they are getting away from the 16 of Marvin Turnmeyer. Turnmeyer's got a mirror full. He's got Matt Eddy and Dale Garrett in right behind, and I'm seeing a lot of wiggle out of the 16 car. There's a big slide to the right rear. That is bad for tire temps. That is horrible for grip, and your momentum gets way off when you do those things. Matt Eddy stalking, working to the inside, pulls alongside out of turn 4. Let's drop back and watch Dale Garrett's view as Eddy tiptoeing it around the bottom to make sure he stays off that 16 car. And Dale Garrett's just trying to run in those tire tracks. See, Eddy got by, scraped the wall coming out of 2. And now Dale Garrett trying to work around, but he got the car a little out of shape on the bottom, and Turnmeyer is able to use that and go right back by off the high side. Now Garrett's going to have to fall in line. Pete Dillon tucked right in here. On the nose of the 07 car. There's your leaders. This is your second pack. And here are the trail cars. Adam Vinny now has started to inch away from Reed Rundle and close in on the leader. Oh, that is a huge slide. So much slide smoke came off the right rear tire of Jason Garrett's car. He does it again, got that right rear warm. He may need to settle down, make sure he protects his line, let that right rear cool off just a little bit. Very gentle, very easy. Got it in there pretty good that time. Still wiggling, coming off the corner. And Adam Vinny, if you leave the door open, he's going to shove his big fat foot through there. And you ain't going to get it closed again. He'll be past you before you know what happened. Now, Reed Rundle starting to work his way back into the frame. He has cut about 0.5 of a second off of the gap. There was Vinny trying to put his nose to the inside, and Garrett shut the door pretty late. Vinny had to check up, and now Rundle right to the bumper. Rundle just wants to be there when Vinny opens the door, and he wants to squirt right through it with him. Makes it a whole lot easier if somebody else can open the door for you. You can jump through it, and then you can worry about the guy in front. You don't have to worry about the guy you got to pass. Matt Eddy up to that 4th spot. He has broken away from Turnmeyer. Turnmeyer now falling into the clutches of Delaney, Garrett, Dylan Werdeman, as Jeff Werdeman has driven his way up to this group. We're about 35 laps still from halfway. Coming up on 25% of the race. There's another right front, left rear. Vinny gets the nose there to the quarter, but cannot get anything more in that time. Garrett slid getting in the corner enough to bring smoke off the tires. This is just a matter of time. Matt Eddy now to the back of the 43 car, as I think this group is getting held up by the car out front. And Adam Vinny is wanting to get some pressure on that 71 and get him out of the way. He's going to have to figure out how to root him up off that line. Matt Eddy now working to the inside of Reed Rundle, and Rundle quickly relinquishes that spot. 25% of the way into the race. Here goes your pass for the lead. This time Vinny got the nose there, and he kept it there. Garrett's got to go up the hill. Driving that car as hard as he can. He is going to wear that right side set of tires completely out. We may see him start falling back through this field like a brick. As he keeps the pressure down on Vinny. Vinny has to wait. Now that opens the door because Vinny had to slow down. Matt Eddy worked to the top side. Now it's a battle side by side for second. No real contact as of yet, and that is saying quite a bit for as short as this track is. We are used to seeing a lot of contact at Hickory Motor Speedway, and we have seen little to none. It's Matt Eddy now flexing some muscle, goes around the high side, give him second place. How long and how patient is he with the 71? I don't know if he's going to have to be. He's going to go to the high side. And Garrett is dirt tracking her through the corner. New leader out of turn number 2 down the back stretch. Matt Eddy has started to make the high side come alive. He takes the lead, and here comes Adam Vinny trying to do the same. He tried to use the old crossover, and I don't know. Yeah, he's going to get it this time. 71 completely and thoroughly out of shape. He's going to keep him pinched down. I don't know how long you're going to be able to do that. At some point, the 11's just going to have to run him a little wide. Push him up the hill on the entry or right in the middle of the corner. There's a little contact, but not enough to upset either car. And Garrett making that outside hang tough right now. Driver of the 11 car may have a little bit of steam rolling out of the helmet at this point. He's got the door open, and Rundle is trying to follow him through, but Eddy cannot clear Garrett's car right now. Meanwhile, Matt Eddy, well, he's running off, and he's going to hide. We're going to be in lap traffic any moment here. It's your leader on the same straightaway with John Brunner right now. And Adam Vinny cannot. Oh, car way out of shape. He's going to have to slow down. High side's open. He gives it up to Rundle. Said, hey, Reed, why don't you go see if you can get around that guy? And Reed Rundle. He'll be patient with him as long as he can. Now pulls alongside on the exit of 4. This may be the driver that goes and clears the 71. Garrett is really, really getting tough here. There goes John Brunner to the infield. He may be going after tires. We are just a third of the way through this race. Rundle doesn't have the wide exit line as Garrett drove it hard and deep into 3 and 4 and came down, or 1 to 2, and came down and closed the exit line. Meanwhile, Matt Eddy out to almost 2 seconds. This driver's really struggling right here, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Now Rundle is going to clear Garrett. Now it's back to Vinny, and will Vinny be able to finally get around Garrett? 2 cars have gone by. This time Garrett's almost out of shape and into the left door, or the right door with the left front. And now Adam Vinny finally clears. Man, that took a long time to get the 11 car by, and he gave up 2 positions to do it. So Matt Eddy out in front, 1.5 seconds as Rundle has cleared that mess behind and already cut 0.2 of a second off. Adam Vinny and Jason Garrett, and Garrett's car really getting bad now. He is fighting it into the corner. He's fighting it through the corner and fighting it on the exit. And 71 will be falling back into the clutches of Dale Garrett. And I think that's going to be momentary. I don't think it's going to take more than just a handful of laps here. Lead shrinking. Reed Rundle closing in on the leader, Matt Eddy. It was 1.85 when he cleared the 71 car about 6-7 laps ago. He's got it down to 1.4 seconds. Adam Vinny right in tow, and he is about 0.8 of a second to 0.9 of a second back of that. And Dale Garrett got around the 71 quickly. Here comes Pete Dillon, and Pete Dillon trying to work around Jason Garrett. And I thought this might happen once the 71 car started to fall back. He is just going to look like he dropped the anchor. He goes back past Wordham, and he's already back to 7th. We're easing in on halfway. We're about 8 laps shy of being there. Clean and green thus far. Turnmeyer 8th, Delaney 9th, Westendorf 10th. Brunner has parked 46 cars, so I think John Brunner's day may be over. You can see Westendorf going by. There's the 92. That is your 10th place car, your leader, officially on the same straightaway. Five laps to go to halfway. Going by very quickly. Adam Vinny. Lap times quite a bit off of the leaders. About 0.2 off the leaders right now. Caution for the first time, Jason Garrett. 71 car. Down on the flat. He's got the car moving. Into the car. I think he's just going to lose it right here. The right rear was just gone on that car. He'll spin it around, take it directly to the pits. Drove it right through. He's going to come out. Now I think he's actually going to go in and try to get tires. We'll see where he comes out at when he comes out. But Matt Eddy already has tires. He's already gone. Dale Garrett is already gone. Josh Westendorf may just be getting around to the pace car so he can go in and try to get tires. And that is the case. Marvin Turnmeyer did not pit, and Marvin Turnmeyer will assume the lead front of this field. He is the only car that did not pit because Josh Westendorf is on pit road. So creeping in on the halfway point, we're about a lap shy of being there. And Turnmeyer up front, Eddy right there with, then Rundle, Werdeman up to the 4th spot, Westendorf, Vinny fell to 6th, and then a bunch of guys a lap down. I don't know. We're just going to have to see because Westendorf's car is still on pit road. And I'm not sure. There he goes. He's rolling away now. I think he's going to wait for the field. He may end up coming out of here a lap down in about 10th. He's going to, man, it's showing him a lot down, a couple of laps down. So he sat there on pit road a very long time. But with Turnmeyer not pitting, all the guys that were spread out, he got to catch up to the pace car. That put them in a compromised position on pit road as it was, and he may have been able to get those guys and knock them to a lap down. We'll see when this cycles through after we get our green flag if everybody is still showing a lap down. Otherwise, it's just the top 5 with about 59 laps to go. Turnmeyer, good start for the 16 car. He is going to jump out to a pretty sizable lead with those old tires. We'll see how long that lasts. The battle right now looks like it's for 2nd. And Rundle looks like he is going to try to squirt through there. He's going to try to take the lead away from Turnmeyer. They got Matt Eddy in a box right now. There's a gap right in front of Delaney, and I do believe he'll take it. Stack things up just a little bit. And we do only have 5 cars on the lead lap right now. So it's Rundle, Vinny, Eddy, Turnmeyer, and Werdeman. Somehow Dale Garrett and Dylan Delaney are all off the lead lap. I don't know how that works. I don't know. I think that thing might be messed up. We'll just see if we can get her to reload real quick. There's Rundle out front. Yeah, I don't know. It's showing it both ways. I'm seeing the live timing and scoring showing these guys on the lead lap. Here comes Josh Garrett, or Jason Garrett, excuse me, Jason Garrett. Out of the pits. He is going to be 5 or 6 laps down. Yeah, that's going to be about right. It may split to 6 right here. He gets across timing and scoring. But he's 10th right now. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to advance much. Meanwhile, 55 laps to go. Rundle, half a second on Vinny, then 1.2 on Matt Eddy. Jeff Werdeman is here in 4th. He has got Pete Dillon in between. He and Delaney's between them, Garrett's between them, Dillon's between them, and they're all showing a lap down. I feel like those guys are racing for positions right there. For some reason, scoring's got them a lap down. Oh, you didn't miss a ton, Randy. You really didn't. I don't know what happened to John, but he took the car in. He got lapped, and he just took the car in and 86'd it. I don't know what happened for sure. Reed Arundel able to snatch the lead right after pit stops. We got a caution right around the midway point. Jason Garrett used up them right side tires, went down into turns 3 and 4, lost the car, brought out the only caution that we've had to this point. Everybody went in, got new tires, and they got Matt Eddy locked in a box behind Marvin Turnmeyer on the restart. And everybody kind of squirted past. Had Werdeman been closer, I think he might have tried to do the same. Right now, your Marvin Turnmeyer, that's what's shown as your 5th place car, and he is way back, and he is way off the pace. He's about almost a full second off the pace right now. So that gamble, I don't think that was. I think when you're halfway and everybody else pits, you probably just take your lumps, you pit, you hope your pit crew does better than somebody else. You pick up a couple spots and you go back to race for it. But I understand why he went to the front. Going to get him points for leading a lap, but I don't think the risk is worth the reward. So Rundle, 3/4 of a second. This battle back here is starting to get a little fun, as the 88 of Delaney kind of holding up the 72 of Dale Garrett, and Garrett trying to find a way to put that nose in there and force Delaney to give up that line. And now Pete Dillon, whoa, that was a little bit of contact, and a good job by Dillon to give that spot right on back. Jeff Werdeman being scored in the 4th place right now. He is technically running about 8th on the track. Adam Vinny giving chase to Reed Rundle. 8/10 of a second as we check back in. Matt Eddy led almost, I say about 20 laps, 25 laps there, right before we got the caution. And he came out of the pits first. He just was not able to keep that spot. With the slower machine of Turnmeyer, and Turnmeyer just barely out here in front of these leaders. Going to be a lap car pretty quick. As the leaders close in, we'll see what this does to Rundle's pace. Turnmeyer running almost the same line. Rundle tried to get squirrely right there and shoved the nose in on the exit. Now he'll have to cut underneath, be very, very careful. Ooh, he slid the right rear a little bit. He does clear the 16 car. Now we'll watch and see if Turnmeyer, and Turnmeyer just gives the inside down there, 1 and 2. Gives it in 3 and 4. And the top 3 now cut a couple of tenths out of that lead. 2nd and 3rd of Vinny and Eddy on the exchange with the lap car. Dylan Delaney not too far behind him. He passes the 16. Whoa! Woo, that got close. He had a car on the outside, and I thought for sure Dale Garrett was going to try to put the nose of the 72 down on the inside. So that'll shake some things up. Turnmeyer now going to fall all the way back to 8th. Delaney giving up the spot. He was in front of Dillon and Garrett. Now going to find himself behind as Pete Dillon 5th on the scoreboard. Only showing the 4 cars. We got a battle. Matt Eddy now has worked his way up alongside Adam Vinny. These two are going to go at it here. We still got 33 laps to go. And the high side for Adam Vinny. Going to keep him in on the top 2 right now, as Turnmeyer was coming out of the pits. He goes 2 more laps down, so mark him 3 laps down in the 9th position. nobody on his lap for him to race. He will cycle out and fall in the middle of that battle between Garrett and Delaney. And he's going to have fresher tires, so he's probably going to go right back by these guys. How quickly, I'm not sure, as they're all still racing for positions. But Reed Rundle out in front of 1.4 seconds now as he starts to widen the gap. While Vinny and Eddie were racing each other, and I don't think that battle's near over. He extended his lead. We're creeping in on just 25 short laps to go. About 2 laps from being at the triple-digit mark. Matt Eddy working over the rear bumper of the 11 car. Playing a little peekaboo in that mirror. He'll go to the outside to enter the corner. Sometimes he stays there. Sometimes he cuts across. Meanwhile, 1.3 seconds ahead, you saw the leader go off the screen. It's really 1.38, 1.39. There's Pete Dillon. Dillon being shown in 5th, but he runs 4th on the track. And Marvin Turnmeyer still has not gotten around Dale Garrett. Matt Eddy now to the outside on Adam Vinny. He made this move earlier to take the lead from Jason Garrett. And it looks like he is going to make it again. I thought he was going to make it work right there. He might make it work here. He's got to find a way to roll through the center of this corner, get on the throttle and drive away, and he clears Adam Vinny. New second place car, the 88 of Matt Eddy, now at 1.7 seconds. Does he have enough time to run down and pass Reed Rundle and get this victory back? We are getting down to it. Quickly closing in on 20 to go. Vinny still 3rd. Jeff Werdeman is back here, shown in 4th. Technically running about 5th or 6th on the track, as Pete Dillon, Dale Garrett are in front of Jeff Werdeman on the track, but they are shown laps down after a pit cycle. $20 to go this time by. The lead 1.6 seconds. So Matt Eddy was able to close in just a little bit. Does he have enough time to get there and not just get to the bumper, but to get around Reed Rundle? That time, lap times within 2 100ths of one another. The lap before was a full 10th to the good for the 88 machine. Adam Vinny right in there as well, 4 100ths of a second separating he and the leader. They are right at the same again, and these lap times very consistent. They were running 42 and 44 last time, 44, 44 this time. And Rundle into some lap traffic. We'll go put our eyes on the leader. That is Westendorf, and Westendorf 2 laps down, all alone in 8th place right now, and he is going to give up a lot of space on the track and let Reed Rundle go by. And I thought when he banged the fence right there, that might do it for the 43. But a good job keeping them apart. As Rundle clears Westendorf, he'll have to deal with Garrett, and Garrett has proven to be very difficult to get around. Fought hard to keep the lead. 5 laps down in 10th place, he can neither pick up nor can he fall any further in the standings. He's just making the laps. This time around, 46s and 48s. Adam Vinny a little bit off. He was at a 58, but did not lose much in the way of distance to Matt Eddy. They're coming up on the lap car there of Josh Westendorf. And we're going to be getting close to the 10 to go mark And I think it is all but a foregone conclusion as long as Rundle doesn't do anything silly and doesn't run into trouble with a lap car. That move right after the restart will be the winning move. Second and third has not been decided as Matt Eddy has Adam Vinny all over him. And I don't know if the lap car is going to play in this or not. Matt Eddy works to the inside of Westendorf. Westendorf goes all the way to the third lane. He lets both cars go by cleanly so they can resume that battle for the 2 podium spots. Meanwhile, Rundle way out in front. I don't think he's even going to catch the lap car. 9 to go this time. I think Jason Garrett is in pretty good shape. He's actually running times just a tick quicker than the leader, so I don't think that lap car is going to be a problem. It's going to be clean air, clean track. As Reed Rundle is clipping them off. Go back and find Jeff Wardeman. Still back here. Now clears Dale Garrett. And he actually is 4th on the track. Shown in 4th place. He's running 4th on the track. Lap car between he and 3rd place Adam Vinny. Not enough time for him to catch up. 6 to go this time. We'll have the wave lap next time around. Lap times equaling off a little bit. Leader at a 54 and then second and third 48 and 43. So they are just briefly quicker. So there's Pete Dillon. And Dillon now 3 laps down on the same lap with Westendorf and Turnmeyer. And Westendorf and Turnmeyer might be getting close together here. No, not as close as I thought. But Adam Vinny going to try to take second away. One more time, has the inside. And 1 and 2, we're inside 4 to go. Going to be 3 to go. This time out of 4 for the leader. And Adam Vinny late in this one trying to make a surge forward. He's got second away at the line by 1 full car length. And now completely clears Matt Eddy, but Eddy takes it wide. Diamonds the corner, crossover maneuver. They're not done racing. 2 to go for your leader. And now Adam Vinny has cleared the 88. He'll get back to the regular line. But Reed Rundle coming out of turn 4. White flag being shown. 1 more lap to go. And Rundle will win again. Short Track Showdown Series. As he picks up jewel number 2 in the Triple Crown in Carolina. He wins the CW Trucking 125 at Hickory. Adam Vinny second, and Matt Eddy coming home in third. Jeff Wardeman, Dale Garrett, 4th and 5th this evening. We'll talk to our drivers. It will be a momentary as we wait. Matt Eddy always makes it, so we'll give him time to get here. I know he'll show up in the waiting room. Tell you what, while we wait for him, let's look real quick at the results. Or let's don't. There we go. Rundle, Vinny, Eddy, 1, 2, 3. Wardeman was 4th, Garrett 5th, Dylan Delaney 6th, Pete Dillon 7th, Josh Westendorf 8th, Marvin Turnmeyer 9th, Jason Garris 10th, and John Brunner early exit for John Brunner rounding out the field. And there is Mr. Eddy in the chat. Let's get him up here. Matt Eddy, got a copy. Hello, Matt. You there, buddy?
Yep.
Well, you fought hard to get the lead before the caution, and after pit stops, you come out first. They kind of got you in a box and took the lead away from you there.
Yeah, I kind of got boxed in behind Marvin. He stayed out on old tires. I was hoping to hang outside of him. I didn't get a very good start.
Yeah, it looked like as soon as the opportunity was there, Rundle, Vinny, they all kind of forced their way on the bottom, got you kind of stuck in behind and kept you there, and then you got back around Adam, Vinny. But late in this one, man, you two put on a heck of a show.
Yeah, Adam was racing hard, and I mean, it's tight overall, but I mean, you can get it loose with the throttle, and you get racing each other, you just burn up your tires more, and yeah, I ended up cooking the right front eventually.
Well, a good one nonetheless. Just that one caution. You come home third tonight, man. Got to be happy with that.
Yeah, good race. It was fun.
All right, give me some shout-outs before I let you get out of here, buddy.
Marv for running the show, putting up with everybody. How Racing for job and all the support they give, and my wife for letting me do this every week.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Congrats on a great run. I'll look forward to seeing you Sunday night.
Yep, should see me then.
All right, Matt Eddy finishing third this evening. And now we'll get this other guy in here. We talked to him on top of the podium Sunday. He switches it back to asphalt, and he puts on a heck of a show near the end, but he comes home one spot short of the top step. Adam, Vinny, good run tonight.
I appreciate that. Not bad for being sick, huh?
Yeah, well, I mean, you didn't look too sick when you were battling with Matt there. You kind of put on the show at the very end of this thing.
Oh yeah, it was some tight racing, a lot of fun racing with Matt. He's always good wherever we go. Yeah, just some real good racing, and luckily I was able to get back by him.
Yeah, looked like tires were the thing, and you battled hard to try to take the lead early in this one, and I don't think I've ever seen anybody fight that hard to keep the lead before the halfway point.
Yeah, he was giving her all she got. I was thinking, well, I think we're both gonna fence this thing pretty soon, but I tried to stay a little patient, and luckily it paid off. And tires definitely a big factor. Right front just burned up like crazy. Set my car up a little on the looser side. We have a few more adjustments we can make for next time, but all in all, not too bad.
All right, man. Awesome run tonight, man. Give me some shout-outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you get out of here.
Thanks, Roger. I appreciate you as always. Tuesday Night League that Mark puts on. Beard Wisconsin, Small Batch Beard Oils and Balms, Outlaw Chassis and Suspension. Who else I got? Wabam, Scrub-a-Dub. It's Wisconsin, Wisconsinite Podcast, and everybody that continues to follow, come out in stands and watch me put on a show, hopefully.
All right, man. Well, congrats on the run. Thanks for chatting with us, and we will look forward to seeing you back on Sunday night over at Mars.
Yes, sir. Looking forward to it.
All right. Adam Vinny second tonight, too. Somebody that we've gotten very used to talking to up here, and most of the time he is sitting where the checkers are. Driver of the 43, I think he's been called to tech. They're going to have to take that car completely apart, piece by piece.
That's fine.
They're going to ship it back to him in boxes over the next 6 months. But hey,
That's
they're
fine.
going to look at what they got to look at. Man, good run tonight. You took advantage when the door was open and you had Matt Eddy boxed in behind that car that stayed out. When did you see that was going to be open so you could get that 43 car in there and grab this lead?
Yeah, I wasn't 100% sure how Marv jumped out and was sitting up front. Obviously, he didn't take tires, and so when I saw the first lap or two after we went green, he kind of was given a little bit of room, and I was getting a great drive off. If you get the car to set in the center, you could get it to drive off without being too loose. You just had to be so careful on the throttle. So when he drifted up, it was just a matter of jumping up there as much as I could, or as quick as I could, I should say.
Well, it looked like it was perfectly timed, and I mean, right at the midway point, you get the caution. How bad were the tires getting at that point?
They were. You could tell a little bit of right front was going away, but to be honest, learned to conserve, and basically it was one of those things where in that first run I just was sitting behind Jason and Adam and just kind of biding my time, and then Matt went by on the outside. I'm like, oh well, maybe we can go up there, and I just kind of sat there, and then Adam got under Jason, and so did I. So we looked at the tires at the midpoint, and we were still pretty decent. I think we were about 55, 60 on the right front. So I knew we could actually push a little harder for the second half if we needed to.
Well, an awesome run nonetheless, and you're going to come home with that victory. So give me a few shout-outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you pop that cork.
For sure. Beardsconsin Beard Oils was kind of cool to have Adam and I go 1-2 with them on the car. Thanks to them for coming on board. Thanks to you guys for the great broadcast and clean race tonight. Thanks to Marv for putting the show on. And shout out to my dad down in Florida, my wife upstairs, and of course our other associate sponsors, Bravo Trailers, 5 Star, I know you're probably going to ask me about pizza, but Little Caesars. But yeah, all them people that have been around with us for a while.
All right, man. Well, it's always fun, and I'm glad that you remember that at least. Makes me feel good that you remember the pizza thing. So I will look forward to seeing you back on Sunday night, back on the asphalt again over there for Mars, and see if you can sweep the week.
Yeah, you won't see me this Sunday. I got plans, and I will be out of town, so won't be there to defend this race.
Well, who's running the show?
Mr. Brees will be running it.
Oh, well, it'll still be a good show, just we won't see the 43 car. All right, well, no free pizza on Sunday, guys. Sorry, I can't help you. Thanks, Reed. We'll talk to you later, buddy.
Thanks. Talk to you later, Roger.
Reed Rundle picked up the win here again. Good job by him. It was a good race. I know there was a small field, but, just one caution. And that really was just for, that was a tires thing. He got the tires hot and just kind of lost control of the car. He didn't hit anything. No one hit him. So, kind of an innocent caution there. But a great race overall, and we got to see some good battles. So, thanks to the guys for making it exciting. I want to thank all the fans for tuning in. Guys, without you, there's no reason for us to do it. Without all the leagues giving us great racing, there's nothing for us to cover. So, thank you to everyone that's on both sides of that coin. We will be back Thursday night. A little before 9 o'clock Eastern time. About, I would say 8:45. You might want to tune in. Netcode Esports Mighty Midget Series back in action. Kick off their new season. So make sure that you tune in for that. Those guys put on a great show. They're a lot of fun to watch. And we're happy to continue to keep covering them. So tune in for that. You get to see the Dirt Racing Network, Digital Sim Sports Network, Midget Car out there ripping laps. And we'll see if Mr. G-Body can pick us up a win and not only put us on camera, but put us in victory lane. So check that out on Thursday night. And then Sunday night again, Mars Series, 8 o'clock Eastern. We'll be back. Until then, guys, keep the rough side down. Love everybody.